Hello and welcome to Old Orchard Farmhouse. My name is Tammy and today we're going to do a little craft project. We're going to embellish a pair of blue jeans. So I went to Gabe's. I got these jeans for $5.99. Now, you don't have to buy new jeans at all. You can simply go to your closet. Maybe you have a pair of jeans that aren't really your favorite. Pull them out and work on those. Maybe they'll become your favorite. Or go to a thrift shop and buy a pair of jeans. I decided that I wanted a dark denim. I did want something new, so that's why I chose to go to Gabe's. I knew I would find a really good deal there. And from there, I went over to Joann's and I got myself some little appliques that I could iron on. And then I got some crocheted lace because I have a plan for this as well. And then I'm going to put some rivets on also. So we're going to have fun doing that. Now I want to give you some other ideas as well as what you can do. And remember, you don't have to sew to do this. Okay, just to give you one idea, if you have any old scrap fabric laying around, if you're a sewist, I'm sure you have lots of that. You can just grab some of your scrap fabric. You could cut appliques out of these. You could leave them in squares. Just do some pretty little patchwork. If you're going to do fabric applique, what you would want to do is get the Heat and Bond Ultra Hold. That way you would not have to sew it. You could just permanently bond it with the iron to your fabric. That's one way you can do this and not have to sew anything. So I'm going to take my applique because I know I'm going to put this applique on, which I need to actually go turn my iron on. And then I have these pieces of applique. I think that would be really pretty. And then let me try to find a couple rivets that would look good with this. I think I might do the green actually. We have an Apple Blossom Festival coming up, and the colors are pink and green. So I have my green. I'm going to put 4 because what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a rivet here, and a rivet here, a rivet here, and a rivet here. So I need 4 rivets. Okay, so I set my first rivet. Now I'm going to do my other rivet over here. So I'm going to take my little Olfa pad, put that in there so I don't want to tear through the other end of my jean. I'm going to take my OESD hole punch, and I'm going to punch right here to get that hole. Once again, I'm going to put my rivet through. But you're going to see how I'm going to take these $6 jeans and transform them into something that looks designer. Actually, these came from Christopher Banks. I don't know if you all are familiar with Gabe's, but you can get really nice stuff at Gabe's, or like their closeouts or something. Sometimes they're damaged, so you just have to look really good, you know, at them when you're getting something from there. So and you'll hear it snap in. And now I've set my other rivet. They look really pretty. And now I'm going to do the other pocket. Okay, so now I'm going to slide my rotary cutting pad in there again. And I'm going to put my first hole for my first rivet over here. Then I'm going to slide my rotary pad over here and make that hole. Okay, now I'm going to take my rivet, then I'm going to take the back of it and go ahead and snap it on by hand. And I'll take my rivet setter and press it, and you'll hear a little click. Okay, so I've got my first rivet on. Now I'm going to come over here. I'm going to put that rivet on. Okay, so I got my rivets on my pockets. Now I'm going to do the applique. Okay, first of all, I'm going to put my hand press so I have something to press on. Then I'm going to go ahead and decide where I want this. Maybe like that. And then I need to get a press cloth and lay that down. And what I need to do is hold that on. Just let my iron stay on it. You don't want any steam in your iron. 10 to 15 seconds. Then what I'm going to do is turn it inside out and do the back of it. Okay, so I've turned the denim leg inside out. I'm going to put my little ironing board up in there. Make sure that I'm got that all covered, because now I'm going to press about 10 seconds on this side. Just lay the iron on. Because we don't want it coming off the first time the jeans are washed. Okay. Let's take my pant press back out and let's lay them out and see how they look. Looks good. I'm going to go ahead and show you what I'm going to do at the hem of these. Okay, so now what I'm going to do on the back side of my crocheted lace is I am going to put this double-sided basting tape. This will just hold it in place. This is a water solvy. Okay, so then I'm going to take this end off, and then I can go ahead and baste this to the leg of my jean. Here we go. Take this off now. So when I wash this, that'll take that off. But what I'll do is I'll put this on the leg of my jean, and then I'll press it on. Now, again, if you wanted to do something like this, you would need, and get the roll, you know, of the heat and bond in the ultra hold is what you would want. It would not wash out, but it would keep you from having to sew. And I decided I wanted a little bit of the jean leg sticking out. So I'm kind of lining up that scallop right along with the hemline. And I'm going to turn it over and do the other side. Okay, and I'm going to bring that about right there. Bring it around and meet that right there at that hem. And then I'll pin that in place. Okay, so I'm starting there at the side hem. I'm going to increase my stitch length. So on around till I get to that side hem where I started, which is right here. I'll do a little back stitch and then cut my thread. And now I want to do it at the top as well. And coming up to where I started, and I'm going to do a little back stitch. There we go. Okay, so last night I finished the jeans and I hung them on my mannequin, and then I looked at them again this morning and I decided to add a few more embellishments. So I'm not going to do any sewing today on the denim, so I will show you how you can do this project without having to sew. First of all, what I did is I went through my little fabric scrap bin and I decided on these. I thought that was a good match with my applique, and I used the Heat and Bond Ultra Hold because this is a permanent bond, no sew. So if you use this, you do not want to sew. And I fused it onto the back of that, and I cut my shapes out the way I wanted. I just wanted a little square for this one, and I made a little flower with this one, and then I put a little blingy in the center of that, one of my little crystals. And then over here, I decided that I wanted something else with these flowers. And so unfortunately, when I was working on the jeans, my camera had cut off and I didn't know it. So I'm going to go through that and show you what I did, but I do want to show you how to use this Heat and Bond. Okay, so when you open the Heat and Bond Ultra Hold, you're going to notice it has a rough side and a paper backed side. The rough side is what you want to press onto your fabric. So the rough side to the back side of your fabric. And you'll want to do this before you cut any of your shapes out that you're going to use. We're going to do the square. I have my iron set to the medium heat. I'm going to lay this on there. Just long enough for it to get a good hold. And now you want to let that cool. Okay, so now you would want to cut your shape out. And then what you're going to do, now you have this paper back, so you want to take that back off, and now you're going to see that it has a sheen on it. And if I were going to put that on my jean, which I'm not, I would just lay that on my jean, and then I would press it with the iron, and that would permanently bond that. What I did is I got my crystals out. Now, I did the rivets on my pockets, but if you don't have a way to do rivets, you could always get different size crystals and do that. I have some larger crystals. I have small crystals. You could do something like that too and glue those on with a permanent glue. And that's kind of what I did. I got into my crystals here and just put a little dab of permanent hold glue down. And then I laid my crystal down. And sometimes if you use a little tweezer, it will help you to grab those and put those in place. And then after I got it down, then I did press it in for just a couple seconds. I wanted to make sure it got a good hold. So I put a crystal, I put a green crystal here, a pink here, and a green here. And then down here I did the same, a green, a pink, and a green. And then I came over here and I fused my appliques on. And then again, I took 3 little pink crystals and I just did them on the corner, the 3 corners that are showing of my square. I'm so sorry about my camera cutting off. I couldn't believe that it did that. But I did want to show you what I did, and I hope that makes sense. If anybody has any questions, just put those in the comments. Well, I hope you enjoyed that fun little project. So grab yourself a pair of jeans, some scrap fabric, some Heat and Bond Ultra Hold, some crystals, maybe a little crocheted lace, and your crystal glue, and have fun. Thanks for being here today, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.